what you should and shouldn't give up in a relationship. So in today's podcast, Cece and I, we're going to go over some things that you should never give up in a relationship. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology Podcast. I'm your girl, Cece, and I'm joined by my husband. What's up, babe?
I'm good. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you guys with us every Saturday morning. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so we can notify you when videos like this one come out. This is a weekly podcast where Cece and I talk about
love, life, family, relationships. You guys know what we do here, so glad to have you guys back.
That's it. So before we get into the topic of the day, we'd like to go into what we call our blissful moments. So there it is. I guess it's my time this week, right?
Yes, it is your time this week.
Well, mine is not quite. Actually, it is blissful in a sense that I'm grateful for. So let me just come out and say.
Yeah, come on, baby. Come on and say what's on your mind, baby. What's in your mind?
We've been very grateful to have a very supportive community. And I realized that I kind of didn't give it the priority that I should in terms of contributing whatever expertise I have. Mm-hmm. So this whole year I've been kind of like, and then
on and off. And
I know. Listen, it's coming to the end of the year.
It's like a relationship.
We literally in October now. We have 90 days left before the year ends, and that's always a big 3 months for our community. In fact, we have a big event we have to attend
in 2 weeks.
Yes. So, and I know, although we had not been out in the community as much, they thought of us and asking us, hey, can you do this and do this? So I realized that I need to re-engage and play my part because we benefited a lot from this community. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was neglecting it. So that was my realization.
Yeah,
it's the things that are good to us, we have to be good to them.
Yes.
And community is people, which means the people have been good to us. We have to be good to them.
Amen. I agree.
I guess that's my blissful moment.
Oh, you had kind of like have this revelation or something.
Yeah, I had somewhat of a revelation.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of...
I should find a Bible verse to attach to that.
You should. I'll get you one. You know me. I'll get you
one. But all
one.
kidding aside, yes, it's important. And if any one of you guys belong to anything in your life, you got to make sure that you take a moment to really do a quick reassessment as to, are you really, really, really doing your part?
Yeah. So you feel like you haven't been doing your part for the last what?
No. My pastor asked me for something for like months for me to go and do a quick evaluation, give him an opinion. I haven't been. And whenever I say, I'm like, shoot, I can't remember. He asked me to do this.
Oh my God. You've been your priest, honey, not your pastor.
Yes, my priest asked me to do something. Asked me for, and not so much to do, but go in, take a look.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like he rely on you a lot, and he rely on both of us. Mind you, I am still part of my community. I'm back. Okay. I've been going back.
She's back.
I've been doing, yes, not faithfully like I was before COVID, slowly but surely. But you do realize that he rely on you a lot for a lot of technical stuff.
Yes.
Mind you, he's somewhat, you kind of like the leader of the media team, but then you kind of like let everybody party like they wouldn't want to party.
Hey, I got to give it to them. They've been sticking it together,
It's like, but anyways, yeah. So I feel like you just had a moment.
Yeah, I had a moment. I had a moment. And we all at one point will have a moment where we have to do a quick reassessment of what are we doing?
Yeah.
And are we really contributing to the things that benefited us so much? And yeah, that was my thing.
Okay, so I guess you're going back, huh?
Yes, I have to.
There we go.
Listen, especially with the busy season we're going into, I have to.
I agree.
Anyway, so this was my moment. So now let's get back into the topic of the day, which is what you should never give up in a relationship.
That's right.
So listen, in this podcast, we've been talking a lot about compromising, setting boundaries, and do these things to make the relationship work.
Communications.
But, yes, all of that good stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, all these things are great and they're good for a relationship. However, you got to make sure you create a healthy balance in your relationship. Because there's a big difference between compromising, ensuring things are fair, and sacrificing things that really matters to you. There's a huge difference between the two.
Yes.
So in relationship, it should never be a one-sided thing.
That's right.
It's a you thing. It's a me thing. It's an us thing.
Yes.
For us to succeed, both of us have to make the commitment.
We have to be committed.
We have to.
And we have to respect each other.
Yes.
We have to respect each other's needs and happiness.
We have to make each other happy.
We have. And like when I mean by happy, I mean like happy, not just faking it.
Happy.
Right.
So, and listen, with this in mind, we're going to take a look at some things that you should never sacrifice in any relationship.
I agree. And I want to say the first thing. The number one thing is your personality. You should never sacrifice your personality. Your partner should love and respect and appreciate you for who you are, right?
Yeah.
Inside out. I want you to respect me. I want you to love me for the person that you are with.
Now, let me quickly add something.
Okay.
Listen.
All right.
Be who you are. But if you have some bad habits.
Well, yeah. We got to work on it.
Yes, work on it. If you're the type who would take a shower once a month, work on it. If you're the type who's rude to anyone you come across,
once a month. Who shower
work
once
on
a month?
If you're the type who has no style, you just do whatever on to go out, work on it.
If you're the type that don't care about your relationship, work on it.
Yes. So we're saying expect, don't change your personality for your partner. Right. But your personality has to be good enough for the relationship.
Absolutely.
If it's not, yes, you either can't be in a relationship or you have to change.
Right.
So, and if you're with someone who's got issues, they either change that issue or maybe you learn to accept the issue and live with it. That's up to you.
I agree.
But if it's something that you consider an issue, you may have to do some stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, like you said, you have to work on your issues. And if you are pretending to be someone that you're not, then I feel like it's going to be a problem because your relationship is going to build on a rocky foundation. It's not going to be, to me, I feel like it's going to be like
living two lives.
Yeah.
I'm with you in this setting.
Right.
I behave a certain way.
And I feel like that's a lot of work.
Well, yes. Imagine me faking a British accent.
Burnout. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah. You're going to feel burnout because you're trying to be someone else that you're not. And you're going to be all over.
Yeah. So don't pretend to be someone you're not. Just be who you are. But make sure who you are is good enough for a relationship.
Yes. Absolutely agree. And you don't want to feel like, you're not good enough. Sometimes that could be another issue, right, babe?
Oh, yeah.
That you're not good enough and you're constantly trying to keeping up with the Jones.
Listen,
right?
If you're feeling that way where you're not good enough, then do what you need to do to be good enough. But yes, hey, listen.
You're maintaining a certain look.
That's all pretending.
Yeah.
When you're not rich, but you behaving or you forcing yourself to get things that makes you look rich, what the hey? Right?
Absolutely.
Now, if you're a deep voice person, then be a deep voice person. I'm just kidding. But the point is, no need to pretend and be yourself.
Yeah.
And as long as yourself is conducive to a good relationship, then be that.
Absolutely. Otherwise,
That person you're
struggle.
with, that person you're with can't see that, then maybe you're with the wrong person.
Right. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree. And I think the next point I feel like is important too is your belief, right? We talk about personality. We're talking about belief. That is something that you should never sacrifice your belief for the sake of a relationship.
Listen, what you choose to believe in is a big part of who you are. Like, for instance, I believe doing good to anyone that I come across or for anyone that I come across, whether I know you or not, is part of me.
Right.
If someone's got issues with that, then that's your problem. Now, not every couple is going to believe in the same thing.
Right.
Some people may believe that if you have problems, it's not my problems.
Yeah.
Just deal with it.
See, I'm not into politics. That's one thing that I'm not. I know you can be into that. And when you
Listen, it's good to know what's happening around because decisions they make in politics affect my life.
right.
So I need to know.
Yeah.
And I fill you in because you need to know as well.
Yes.
And you know what? As different the views may be or the beliefs may be, it's important to acknowledge it and be respectful when dealing with them. Because just because someone believes something different than you do, that doesn't mean you have to be disrespectful to that person.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
more than one way of viewing things.
Yeah.
If I view this way, that doesn't mean it's bad because you view it differently.
I agree. Like me, for example, I'm a very spiritual person. And I think, when my husband and I were talking,
And I think she's got Bible issues. She's got like 6 Bibles. I don't know how religious you have to be to keep buying Bibles. Different versions of them. One of them I picked up and tried to read. I could make sense of it.
But I did understood it though.
I don't know. I had to get me a Bible. And I picked one. It says it's a Bible made for men and it's written in language that I can read.
It's in a way of an elementary school level.
No. It's a translation that's in normal English. And I get it. And it has commentary on it to help me understand what the message from the verse.
Sometimes, when I tell you this, you can read a Bible verse and you don't understand it. And God can speak through you and tell you what it means.
Yeah, that's God speaking through those commentaries that I read. I mean, it helps me understand them. Listen, God communicates to us in a number of different ways.
But here's the problem, though. You got to understand. You got to see it.
That's what the commentaries allows me to do.
You need to see it somewhere. This is why you need to not see it and then God show it to you.
That's what the text is. I see the text when I read.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Listen, I got you. Listen, when someone is deeply spiritual, they tend to view things differently than one does. Yes, she criticizes me because sometimes I read a verse, but it takes me a little bit longer to get the spiritual value.
Yes.
But I still do.
I gotta have all the versions. I don't have the AMP.
Although I don't
have the AMP
I
version
don't see
yet.
no rational reason why someone should have.
Sometimes you may read something in NIV and you don't understand it. You go to KJV, King James Version.
Do what I do. Get one that has commentaries on that. It explains to you what you just read.
I'd rather God speak through me. Okay, let him tell me what this.
God communicates through us in different ways.
Let God tell me what Psalm 23 says spiritually, not some other people tell me in commentary what it means.
That works for me. That works for me.
He needs an explanation. You're like a dictionary. That's what I feel
that
like
works for me. After reading it, I read the commentaries. It makes sense. And I meditate a little bit and I'm good to go. Don't judge me.
No one is judging.
God is happy that I'm reading the Bible.
Exactly. Amen. And I'm really happy for you too. I am. Yes, we do have different view on certain things. Don't judge me with all the Bibles that I have.
Don't make me talk about the notebooks.
And that's okay. Notebooks and Bible goes well together in pens. God, maybe I should be an author. I should write books and stuff.
No comments. Absolutely.
All right, baby. What's the next?
Comments.
What is the next key point to you that you should never sacrifice?
I think we should maintain our independence.
Okay.
Because, listen, when you're in a relationship,
I feel like I lost that.
Sometimes you need to get away.
I feel like I lost that.
Sometimes you need to breathe. Sometimes you need to hear someone else's voice. Now, don't go in bed with another woman if you're a guy. Don't get in bed with another guy if you're a woman or whatever you are. You can hang out with your friends. Yes, you can hang out with other people than your partner. That's okay.
What do you mean by other people? Be friends?
Yes.
Like female friends?
If you're a guy, you have some female friends that are not after you. Yes, people can have different friends, and it's okay to have friends.
If you're married, you can have female friends to hang out with.
Why not? You can have friends.
Okay.
There's many people that has friends of. Nah, hey, listen. You have to respect yourself. I'm not saying just have your spouse and you have a friend with benefits on the side.
I have no problem if we're gonna go out together. Where I'm with the friends, you with the friend's husband, then then you with the husband friends, and the boys are together and the girls are together, then that's different. But for you to be out with a friend, no, sir.
Okay, then don't go out with a female friend if you're a man. Maybe go out with your boys.
Maybe it's a cousin, that's different.
Maybe go out with your boys and then you meet the female friends at the place. No, I'm just
wow. Okay, so we're doing here on this podcast. Okay, please don't listen to this, man.
This is not advice. This was just a joke. And please, it's just for humor. No, if you
a double date or just
you can double date, but the key is that sometimes you need time for yourself, time alone. Now it may be time you go hang out with your friends. It may be just time that you decided, you know what, I'm gonna get in my man cave or my woman cave,
right?
And I'll just be there and relax. Yeah. Or it may just be that I feel like going out and go take a walk by myself, and that's fine. Or I want to go sit in the patio and read my books and leave me alone. That's fine. Or I can go and take a 2-hour shower. Don't do that. I don't think that's fine because the water costs money. But if you just want to fill the tub up and you want to get in there and sit in there for 2 hours, that's fine. That's at least you're not running the water for 2 hours.
I'll fall asleep in there.
So what I'm saying, there's some value in spending time by yourself, and it's okay. It's not like you don't love your partner. It's just that you need some time alone.
Right.
And take it.
I agree.
So when I said that I am going to wherever I'm going to by myself.
And I do let you go by yourself.
Do not ask me who I'm meeting.
No, that's going to be something else. Like, who's coming with you?
Do not ask me who's going to be there.
Okay.
I think I'm looking for trouble. So
yes, you are. Let's not look for it, right? Because I know if I said the same thing, we're probably going to feel like, okay. Because knowing me, we'll be together to wherever we're going.
I gotta stop doing that. Mm-hmm.
Then
anyway, listen, we got we get some routines in how we do things. People may think it's weird, but yes, we go to a lot of places together.
We do, and it's either the grocery stores or church, or that's it, or go out.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that. So, if you want to hang out with your boys, there's nothing wrong with hanging out with your boys. It's you and your boys. You guys at the bar drinking your whatever and have a good time, catch up, whatever. It's fine. But I think it's great. Makes you miss the other person. Makes you want to be like, hey, where you been? What's going on? And you come home and tell me about how much of a good time you had. So it's always great. So yes, and I want to say the next key point that I want to mention is your dreams, okay? Your hopes for the future. This is something that I know me personally. I know how much this is something that I'm working on, and the same thing goes for you, babe, right? This is something that you should definitely...
Well, keep working at your dreams. Yeah. Keep making it happen. Sometimes you may have to slow down a little bit just so you can handle some priorities that may be more urgent. But if it's something that's important to you, you shouldn't have to give it up because you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes you may have to raise the family before you can get to that next thing, and that's okay. Sometimes you may have to kind of slow this down while you help your partner get theirs up. That's okay. But never forget yours.
Yeah, and that's something that I always say, babe. I know while you're supporting my dreams, I want to make sure that I'm supporting your dream as well, because it's your dream and my dream. So your success is my success. I always look at it that way. And I sometimes feel like there's some people that are a bit selfish because they only focus on themselves. But one thing I always say to my husband is that whatever that your dream is, whatever you want to accomplish, I'm there. I'm supporting you. We are there with you 100% to make it happen, to make the dream come true. Mm-hmm. And I think you need to have someone in your life that help and support you, not kill your dreams. You know, there's people that you're dating, that you're with, they're like, it's not going to work. They don't believe in your dreams. Therefore, you stop believing in. Before you know it,
it's no longer in your
right.
Your dream bucket.
Yes.
That's where you keep them.
Absolutely. And I truly feel like your dreams, your goals, and passions are vital to keeping you happy. I mean, your happiness alive.
Well, our dreams, our goals are the things that wakes us up in the morning, gives us something to look forward to. So keep those things alive. Don't give them up.
I definitely agree.
You got to make sure that you respect or you demand respect from your partner. And that goes for
100%.
Yeah, it goes for how you treat that person, how you talk to this person, how everything that you do with this person. You got to make sure you do it in a respectful way.
Yes.
Now, I believe that respect has to be earned. If you give respect, you get respect back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So don't expect that you're going to mistreat this person and expect them to treat you right. No.
Right.
So be a decent person, be a respectful person when you're dealing with your partner. That's important. So if you're in a relationship where you don't get that respect, it's either someone's got to change or maybe you're in the wrong relationship.
I agree. And I think, you should never, ever, 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 ever let someone disrespect you.
Sounds like a song.
I know, right? To the point where you lose yourself, you lose respect for yourself, because, baby, you're going to disrespect me. I have my mama, my daddy, my brother. I have two big nephews, they're getting tall. They're going to come after you. Okay? So that's something that you should never let anyone disrespect you. Like, just remember, you are enough. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because once they start disrespecting you, then it's going to become a habit where they're going to keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah. And when you look at your relationship, if you're in a relationship where you said love is what you're building, how could you do that when you don't respect each other?
Right.
You can't. So you got to look at the type of relationship you're in. If it's one of those that's just a fling, then just enjoy the fling and move on. But if it's something that you're looking to build long term, either you're going to change the way you do things to make sure that your interactions are respectful.
Yes.
You respect your partner's thoughts, their feelings, and so forth.
Right.
Or if you choose that, you know what, that's not something I want to do, then maybe you need to break up.
Yeah. Now, we're going to talk about family and friends, which is important.
Oh, yeah, that's important. Now, families got to have, they have to know their place.
They're bad.
Have to know their place. But it's important to have people like that in your life. But they do have to know their place.
Right.
If they're all up in your business, then that's a problem.
If they all up on your business, that's a problem.
You should not give up your family. But if you have a cousin that's always causing trouble, that person, you may need to give them up.
If you have a toxic family member, you got to listen. If your man is important to you, you're going to have to choose. All right, it's so toxic, it can't be around you. So therefore, you got to go.
Yeah. I mean, but don't neglect your family just because you're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And if that family does things for you to neglect them, yes, by all means, neglect them. But don't make it that once you get in a relationship, your spouse says, I need you to sever ties with your family. You don't talk to your mom anymore. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't be. Because when that person dump you, because eventually, if they want you to be this way, they will eventually dump you.
I mean, to me, I feel like it's they're controlling you
Well, yes.
in a way.
If someone can put that restrictions on you, listen, they just want to separate you from any source of support you have,
Right.
just so they can control and manipulate you. So, yes, if you told me that I couldn't interact with my family, I would run away from you. And you should do that if this happening in your relationship. So, but yeah, you shouldn't have to give up your friends and your family, because those people are important to you. But however, they need to know their place. If someone is causing issues in your relationship, then you may need to put them in their place. And if obviously they don't know their place and they keep interrupting, then you may need to sever ties with this person.
And I feel like sometimes they'll change you for who you are because they want you to be someone else that you're not. They want you to not be close to your family. So therefore, you're going to act a certain way around your family because to please the other person. So that happens sometimes.
Talking about family, not everyone has to like everyone. But there need to be respect, right? Mm-hmm. You may have a cousin who can't stand your wife, but they need to respect your wife because she's your wife.
Right.
Your wife may not like your uncle. But if your uncle is not being disrespectful to your wife needs to respect your uncle. Now, if your uncle is being disrespectful, it is your responsibility to fix your uncle.
To check.
But yes, you're bound to run into this. Not everyone's going to like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
They're bound to happen. We all different.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we can't respect each other because we're still family.
Yeah.
Again, if it gets to the point that someone's still misbehaving, then that person needs to get cut off.
Agree on 1,000%, baby. You are right on. So I want to talk about the next key point that I feel like we need to talk about is your freedom. You know, we talk about your independence earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your freedom. Should never sacrifice your freedom. Y'all, I feel like for me, I kind of lost my freedom 18 years ago. Because I feel like once you're married, you know, you off the market, you kind of don't have that freedom anymore. And let alone when you have children, you kind of don't have that. This is why I was saying earlier that my independence, that I feel like, you know, I kind of lost that too, because I do rely on you, you know, when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to the certain things,
Decisions?
And I feel like the same way when it comes to my freedom, that I truly feel like that's something that I don't have.
Decision?
Yes, baby. I rely on you when it comes to decision making. Well, first I rely on God.
No comments.
Yes.
You know.
Don't you agree?
Freedom can mean different things to different people, right? Because to some people, freedom means that I wake up whenever I want to wake up. I go to bed whenever I feel like going to bed. I stay out as late as I want to. I don't have to answer to anyone. Mm-hmm. This is not how it works in a relationship.
That's not the freedom I'm talking about. I mean that.
You know? Yeah, and I'm saying
freedom was.
I'm saying freedom can mean different things to different people. Now, I don't think I've lost my freedom. It's just that there are things that are priority in that relationship. Yes. There are things that if I need to do, I can still do it. But
I lost my freedom.
Yeah, and then obviously, that's what I'm saying. Freedom means different things to different people.
Right.
I'm not in a cage. I can go out as I please, but obviously, I need to let my wife know. I don't have the luxury and say, hey, you just don't see me. No, I can't do that anymore. Now, before I was married, I could do that. Mm-hmm. If that's the type of freedom that I wanted, then maybe I shouldn't have gotten married if I just wanted to do whatever I want whenever I want. So I don't think I've lost my freedom. I think I've had to be very strategic on how I do things, because when you're in a relationship, you have to think of it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the freedom that's, yes, my wife can't tell me that, hey, you can't call your mom. You can't talk to your brother. That's a freedom that I have to make sure I have, because the ability to communicate, the ability to speak my mind, the ability to express my opinion, I have that freedom. I can't say that I don't have it. And this is the freedom I'm talking about now. I have to be able to believe in the things that I believe. And in a relationship, you should not let that be taken away from you.
Right.
You should have the freedom to enjoy the relationship, to believe the things you want to believe, to do things as long as they're not working against the relationship.
Right.
So, yeah, I have that freedom. I can't say that I've lost my freedom. Yes, I have to plan things around the kids. But when you have kids, those are some of the things you welcome into your life, right? You have to plan things a lot more than you would need to before you had kids. But anyone who has kids knows that. Right? And when you decide to get married, you know that there's certain things you have to plan around your wife's schedule.
Yeah.
If you decide to get married, you know that. Because if those were not things that you were willing to do, just don't do it. Don't get married. Just stay single.
Get married.
You know, just I remember not too long ago, we were talking about some people that are well off. They've made it in terms of their financial success, but they're still single. And they were saying that they can't find someone. And I said, it's probably not they can't find someone. He said there's certain things they want to be able to, there's a certain lifestyle they want to maintain, that bringing someone in the picture, they just don't see themselves having to adjust with having someone around. Because when you have someone around, I don't care how rich you are, it changes the way you do things.
It does. It does.
Right? But, you know, the freedom, the way that some people may see freedom is different. Now, again, you should never be in a relationship where your voice is completely eliminated. You should never be in a relationship where they have to give you permission to speak, or they have to give you permission to go grab something. You have to ask for permission for everything. You don't want that.
Right. I agree.
And so, yes, I have my freedom, and I wish everyone who's in a relationship, make sure that you have your freedom. And if you have to give that up, then you're in the wrong relationship.
Well, yes, you are. Because you got to compromise.
Yeah. So privacy is just as important. I know when you're with someone, everything happens together.
Out of the open. Yes, together. I agree.
Yeah. Now, there are certain things that...
Comfortable.
No, I'm not saying comfortable. I'm saying, you know, although a lot of things happen, and I know when you're married with someone, you kind of took a vow that says mine is yours is mine. So, and I don't believe in keeping secrets. However, there's certain things that may be private to you. Maybe certain things that you feel comfortable that, you know, I'd rather not. Now, if it's something that you're keeping from the relationship that may be instrumental in that relationship moving forward, then you shouldn't keep it private. I mean, maybe it's a family issue you had and you don't feel like you need to discuss that with your partner. That's fine. It has nothing to do with them. So, and if you're with someone, they may have had something that happened, they don't want to discuss it. It's okay. It can have some privacy.
Yes, there's privacy that also I feel like, you know, you should let go. Like privacy of, it's okay if we're just hanging, if we're just laying down, watch a movie and I'm on your phone scrolling. It's okay to let go of that. I know there's some people that don't let go of that privacy. They rather keep everything to themselves. They don't feel like, okay, this is my privacy. I cannot let you go through my phone to see what I have going on.
Some people that values that.
You know,
they don't want. They want to keep certain things to themselves. There are people that are like that. There's certain things they want to feel like this is mine, and I want to keep that to myself.
Yeah, sometimes I do feel like that. Not the phone thing. You know.
I know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel differently.
Yeah, you feel like it's nothing.
It's nothing. Listen, when I have nothing to hide, and I think
no, it's not even about the phone.
I'm just talking about me.
Right, but it's nothing to hide either. Like
yeah, you know, when I have absolutely nothing that you want to see it's there.
I think a lot of us are like that, but I think sometimes we just want to have this to ourselves where
and that's fine. It's just that some of us are different.
It's not like, we hiding something from the other person. Like for me, I like to have my laptop, right? Like I know my husband got a laptop and I got one. I'm like, babe,
don't touch my stuff.
Don't touch mine. I want to call it mine. There's nothing that I'm hiding. There's nothing there that for him that he cannot see. If I'm doing something that he want to see it, well, he can go in there and see it. But then he needs to get the password to go in there, but I won't tell him. But that doesn't mean that I'm hiding anything because I don't. My life to my husband is like an open book. Unless if it's something that I'm buying for him, I don't want him to know about it, then I'm hiding it and all that. That's it. But sometimes I feel like, my cup, it's mine. I'm going to get you one, but then my laptop, it's my baby. I want to be able to use, like sometimes you can come in the bedroom and like, can I use your laptop? I'm like, no, go get your own laptop. This is why we both got a laptop. Therefore, when you come to bed, you bring your own. And he doesn't like that. And I think
I'm good with it.
Okay,
I haven't asked you to use my computer. I haven't asked you to use your computer anymore.
To use my laptop anymore?
I haven't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I think sometimes us ladies, we kind of feel like we want to have our own little privacy. Doesn't mean that we're hiding anything.
When I go to the bathroom, I don't lock the door. She could walk in on me, and I'm good.
Yeah, but I don't be doing that because I know when you're in there for 2 hours. You in there for 2 hours.
The door's never locked, so you can just privacy. Open it up and walk in.
I lock the door when I'm in there?
Yeah, she locks the door.
Well, yes. Yes. Like, for instance, when was it? You were cleaning the guinea pig, and I'm in there. Him and the girls are knocking on the door. It's like, y'all, please. You and the girls were like knocking on the door.
And listen, we could sit here and laugh about this. And I understand is I will never give her a hard time for these things that she wants to keep to herself. And that's okay. She's entitled to do so. And it comes to the comfort and things that you want a certain way. I don't think she's hiding and there's any ill thing behind it.
Right.
Although I'm different.
Yes.
But I'm good with it. If you said don't touch my laptop, I'm just going to go and grab mine if it's something I have to do. If it's something that I can wait for the next day, then I'll do it on my desktop.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
It's no big deal. Although when something's wrong with the laptop, she wants me to get in.
Well, yes. Because you again, I'm not hiding anything. It's because that it's my personal, I feel like it's my baby. The baby. Yeah. The baby. That kind of sounds good. So therefore, I want to keep my happiness.
Yeah. So
that's mine.
Listen, in the midst of all of this, when you get with someone, the goal is to be happy.
Happiness is so important.
No, that doesn't mean you're gonna be happy every day. There's gonna be days that you're gonna hit this person's gut, but
listen,
the overall reason for being together.
Sometimes I'll be like,
is
what?
To be happy at the end of the day.
Why?
So your relationship should make you happy. If you are finding that you are unhappy, then that may not be the right relationship for you.
Yeah.
Right? If you're having to give up things that are important to you, if you're having to do things that makes no sense to you, if you're having to lose yourself because you're trying to make this relationship work,
your beliefs,
you're having to sacrifice your dreams and these things are important to you, then you got to take a step back and reevaluate that relationship to see, is that really a good relationship for me?
Yes.
In many cases, those are things that can be fixed. I'm a big believer that sometimes there may be things that are happening in a relationship. It may just be that the partners don't realize that they're happening until you do a sit down, really lay it all out on the table to discuss. Maybe we can work things out. I've always said, try to work things out before you part ways.
Yeah.
But if in the midst of it all, you've tried all you could and things are not, then what are the options there is?
Right. Absolutely. And I truly feel like, when you're married to someone or dating someone, if you guys are living together, it's always important for you to be like, hey, I'm feeling this way. Can we talk about it? But if my husband and I would do a lot of, hey, not a lot, but if I'm feeling a certain way, I would call you and I'm like, babe, this is this and that and third. I don't feel good about it. And then we talk about it and we move on. But if you don't ever talk about it to the point where it's building up and building up and building up, and to the point where you feel like, man, I can't do this no more, or to the point where you need to involve the priest, the pastor, the professionals, then you know that you waited too long. Because when you're with someone, you have to feel comfortable. You have to feel like, man, this is the person that I'm with. I should be able to say, hey, listen, I'm feeling this way. How can we make it work? Right? Versus you let it build up so much to the point where now it's too late. Because that happens.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. So, yeah, I wanted to share that.
Well, keep yourself happy. That's the only reason for being with someone. Well, there could be other reason. Maybe they pay your bills or whatnot. But happiness is always there.
Happiness is the number one thing.
So, listen, keep yourself happy, have fun, laugh.
Yes.
After all, that's what life is all about.
Yes, and you can have a lot of money. You can be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever that you are, and you're not happy. Then what's the point of living if you're not happy? Like we said, there's going to be days where we're not going to be happy, but you can't be like unhappy all the time.
Yep. So keep yourself happy and don't lose yourself.
Yes.
For that person.
Yes.
So thank you everybody for listening to our podcast on what you should never give up in a relationship. I'm hoping we shared enough of those things with you. I'm sure there may be some that we may have missed, but if we missed something, drop it in the comments. We'll appreciate it. But if this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can be notified. If you know someone who can benefit from this, definitely share this podcast. Absolutely like this podcast. And we appreciate you guys.
That's right.
So until next Saturday, peace.